Hey guys, it's Dr. Raymond. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel and welcome to episode 6 of my vlog as you follow me as I start my own practice. And you already know what today is. I have been talking about it for weeks, actually years, but you guys have just known about it for weeks. And yes, that's right, it is the last day of residency. This is like the day that dreams are made of, or the nightmare ends, whatever way you want to look at it. But I cannot believe that it is finally here. It's like somebody just handed me the keys to the kingdom and said, you have your freedom, go. Run, be free, run wild. It has been like, out of all the weeks that I've had through undergrad, grad school, med school, residency, this has been like the top 2 and the busiest weeks I've ever had. I just felt pulled in all different directions, but I'm so grateful that the end is finally here. So some of you may have seen my Instagram video. So I talked about some of the top 3 things that I am so ready for post-residency. But people ask me, how are you going to celebrate? Honestly, the only thing I want to do right now is take a nap. And that's how I plan to celebrate. I am so tired, you guys. You have no idea. I feel like a 90-year-old woman. So today is really in this weekend as much as I can because I'm still working, and maybe for the rest of the month it's going to be about self-care and just trying to recuperate. You can tell my voice. I've been sick most of the week, and I mean, majority of it is my fault. I have no one else to blame. Well, all of it is my fault. I have no one else to blame but myself. Just burning the candle at both ends. Got sick. It was a little difficult to recover too. One of our attendings, he had me leave clinic early. He literally just said, go home. I think he got tired of me squeaking around because I was so hoarse. But sleep is definitely number 1 on my list. The second thing that I'm looking forward to post-residency is making money. And not just being materialistic. I did not realize until these last couple of weeks just how much you put off on purchasing things because you know you're in med school, you're in grad school, you're in residency, and you're not making a lot of money. Like my car, for instance. Next week we're gonna talk about faith, and you know, I was talking to God and I was like, I don't need a new car. I think it's just a waste of money. You know, I don't have a car note. I haven't had one for years. I'm really not excited about getting a car note. And I said, I don't need a new car, you know. Then for my job, I have been traveling a little bit further, so they allowed me to pick up a rental car. Picked up the rental car. It's brand new. I said, maybe I do. Maybe I do want a new car. So things like that. My computer, did not realize my computer is like 13 or 14 years old. Everything on there they no longer make. So I have to buy that. I have to buy a laptop. I'm just like, my gosh, there are so many things. So I'm very excited to be making a little bit more money, just to kind of feel like a real person, to just be able to go out to eat, you know, to get coffee. I'm a budgeter. I'm pretty frugal, so, and that's by nature. But you know, I definitely think that being a career student for so long has also played a role in that, and I'm looking forward to kind of relaxing the reins a little bit and enjoying life. Which brings me to point number 3 that I'm really looking forward to, and that is traveling. Everyone that knows me knows that I love to travel, especially out of the country. It's so much fun. I'm a foodie, so I love to eat all types of different foods. I love to see all the different sites, make friends everywhere, learn the language, people watch, learn about different cultures. So one of the things with residency is your schedule is so grueling and inflexible. You get about 20 days of vacation, which equates into about 4 weeks. But given the nature of your work, when you do have a vacation, sometimes you are so tired and you are just not up to taking a trip abroad or even having the energy to plan a trip. And then there's the financial aspect. So I am definitely looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll be taking a trip to Spain soon and then doing what I call my worldwide tour and seeing friends and family that I have not been able to see nearly as often as I would like during residency. So looking forward to that. And then on a serious note, there are 3 things that I think if I could summarize my entire journey, it would include these 3 things. Number 1, seasons, just seasons and times. I remember when I was trying to get into residency and I was trying to get into medical school, and a lot of my friends were either in or were on their way in, and it just seemed like it was not going to happen for me. And honestly, I'm so glad that it didn't happen when I wanted it to happen or when I thought it would happen. We've been talking about in our purpose series, one of the lessons we talked about delayed purpose, and we talked about how in God's word it says that he has an appointed time. And I believe in my life, it's not even I believe, I know in my life that there was a specific time dedicated just for me to go through my training with medical school and residency. And in that same vein, I can feel that the season is ending. Even the grace is lifting. Things that I used to be so excited. I'm so laser focused. Get me out of here. So while I'm grateful for the journey, I'm also cognizant of the fact that that season is ending. I remember a time when I discussed that in one of the other videos. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was having a hard time finding a job, and I briefly contemplated doing some additional training and possibly doing a fellowship, like specializing. And the thought literally made me ill. I was like, there is no way I'm giving any more of my life, my youth, my time to more training. So I'm so grateful that this season has come to an end. And with that, I am looking forward to the season that God has in store. I think I shared in one of the videos how at the beginning of the year, I really heard God say, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has entered into the heart of man all that God has in store for those who love him. So I really believe, not just myself, but as the body of Christ, he is bringing us out of a season of struggle and into something new where we have a spirit of ease. Not that everything is easy, but it's not like the toil and the turmoil that we experienced previously. And I believe he wants to outpour on us miraculous, crazy, ridiculous blessings. So with that is my next point. The only thing that has gotten me on this journey, started on my journey, and through it has been faith. Like I said, I applied to medical school multiple times, I think in total 3. And like I said, there were times, I can't even remember now at this point, it's been so long ago, but I remember just thinking, you know, this isn't going to work. I've spent too much money, I've spent too much time, I've let other opportunities pass by. I need to do something, and I need to do something now. And I remember, I have a degree in kinesiology, that's what my undergraduate degree is in. And I remember meeting with someone at one of the colleges here, the department chair of kinesiology, and he met with me, and I remember he even followed up and said, you know, I look forward to you joining the program. Just wanted to let you know the deadline is soon approaching, so make sure you get it in, your application in. And it was basically like if I applied, I was going to get it. But I knew deep down inside, every time I went to log into the computer and do my application, I would feel a check in my spirit that this is not the right thing for me to do. And I am so happy that I did not. And throughout that, there were more trials, but I think the night where it really was a turning point for me is I was so discouraged. And this was probably 9 years ago, and I was sitting in the car at night and I was speaking to someone and I was crying. I was just in utter despair, and I said, I am gonna go to medical school. This is not the way that my life is gonna be. At that time I was working a full-time job and it was good money. I could support myself, but I was so unfulfilled. And I knew that there was so much more that I was capable of, and that there was so much more that God had for me. So there was this disconnect between where I was and who I wanted to be. But that night in the car, despite my tears and the doubt and the negativity and the obstacles that were before me, I spoke a word in faith that no matter what my circumstances are, I am going to medical school. And every day after that, no matter what it looked like, I said, I don't care what happens, I'm going to be in someone's medical school come this time next year. And I remember applying. I went to grad school because I had been out for a while, so I said, well, I'll go to one of the post-baccalaureate programs that help students that may have weaker backgrounds get into medical school. So I picked, I think, 5 programs, and I applied to all of them, and they were various places across the country. And I kept on working, and I kept having faith. I kept declaring every day that I was going to be in grad school or med school. And eventually I got a rejection letter from all the schools that I applied to. And I said, I don't care. I am going to school. And eventually, just from the confession of my faith, one of those same schools that rejected me, I kept knocking on that door and they let me in. And I will never forget the day that I got the acceptance letter. And from then on, like they say, the rest is history. I got into medical school, went on to residency, and today I successfully completed my journey and my dream. So just know that on your journey, faith is more important. If you don't have anything else, if you don't have the support, if you don't have the means, the money, you have a dream that supersedes anything that you can see in your life, just know that you are in a great place for God to do the miraculous. I am a firm believer. I can testify to you today that if you declare in faith, God is more than faithful to bring it to pass. And the last thing that I would say has been so important for me to learn on this journey is to never ever give up. I am going to say that till I am blue in the face, till you guys are sick and tired of hearing it. But there were so many times you just don't even know that I wanted to quit. Even throughout residency, even this year was the most difficult time in my life in all fronts. And everything in me said, I don't have the capacity to handle this. I can't deal with this. I have to quit. But I'm so happy on the other end that I didn't. And I just want, if I could impress upon anyone one thing, that would be to never ever give up, no matter what the circumstances are. Because ultimately, if you stay on your journey, you will win if you don't quit. So those are my post-residency thoughts. And I hope that you will join me bright and early Monday morning as we begin our faith series. This is going to be an amazing series. God has been working on me for months now about increasing my faith. So I feel that I have so much to share with you that He's been imparting into me. So I hope that you'll join me Monday for our Rise, Grind, and Shine as we start our faith series. As always, I pray that you guys be well, that you continue to believe God for the impossible in your life and dream the biggest dreams that you could ever think. And when you dream the biggest things that you could ever think, let God increase it even the more. Make sure you like, you comment, and you hit subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great Friday, an amazing weekend. Keep me in mind, celebrate with me as I celebrate finishing. And like I said, right now, I really am going to take a nap. So see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. See you soon.